your take on the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang situation and any other bits of business that needs to be done for you, Kev?
Well, the Aubameyang business is priority, really. You need to secure goals in your team. He's been the main goal scorer now, guarantees you 20 plus goals a season. You lose that, and you're scratching who could you sign to replace that? So, best thing, get that done. You've brought Saliba in. Hopefully you're getting Ceballos back. You need a Thomas Partey back in that midfield. For it to be a defensive rock. And it might even get that Diawara from Roma as well. Now you're talking. You've got potentially 2 screens for that back four. Gabriel, I think he's going to be a key player if they could get that across the line, because as Danny rightly said, when it's open season and you're attacking teams, that's when Arsenal are usually at their most vulnerable, because they don't have the legs to run in behind when attackers run in behind off a breakdown. But with Saliba and Gabriel, Arsenal could play 2v2 at the back, because they've got the pace, they've got the power to outmuscle and outrun people and keep the back door shut. That is so important. You just look at Liverpool. Liverpool have been the best team. They've got Gomez and they've got Van Dijk. Very rarely they ever get done, 2v2. So that's what you have to look at. And look, I think that the Willian signing is important. Now, there's been rumours of Coutinho. He's at Barcelona. Ronald Koeman's gone back there and he's saying everyone has the clean slate. I'm not so sure. If they could do Coutinho business, would I take Coutinho? Oh, 100% I would take Coutinho. Or is it the lad at Lyon? I think they're coveting him as well. So, look, there's a few bits of business that Arsenal need to do. I think strengthening the spine of that team from defence to midfield is the key. I think because they've got the players up top now who can make a difference and who are quite interchangeable, but it's that centre-back and centre-midfield spots that they are most vulnerable. And as long as they strengthen there, I think Arsenal have a good season.
But it's also a question of generating funds. Obviously, the financial implications of COVID-19 and the situation at Arsenal even before that wasn't in the most healthy of positions. So do you expect Guendouzi and Ozil to still be on the books at Arsenal once the transfer window closes at least? Or do you expect them to be shipped out very soon in order to get the money to sign players like Coutinho or anybody else you want to list? Danny?
Yeah, I think...
Or Kev first, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go on, Danny. No, go on, Danny. He asked you, go on. I got too much to say about it.
We'll get to you shortly, Kev, don't worry. I know.
I think you have to be careful who you sell to make funds, because, yes, Ozil and Guendouzi haven't been playing and they've still looked like they're progressing and moving forward. But I thought man of the match today, Maitland-Niles. He's been linked with Wolves, for example. I don't see why you'd want to get rid of a player who can play right side, left side, midfield. It's good defensively. He gets forward. He runs off the ball. He creates chances. I think you have to be careful who you choose to get. What you don't want to do is sell someone to get the funds, to then get someone else in, and you've only stayed the same. I'm not suggesting Coutinho and Maitland-Niles. They're very different players, but you understand my point. You need to improve what you've got. And you don't do that by selling your better players. Now, if you can get Ozil's wages up, yeah, of course, that frees up a lot of wages for you to then pay someone like Partey, for example. And that's where you have to be cute in recruitment, and that's where it's very, very difficult. Because obviously, when you've got players at clubs, not just Arsenal, other big clubs as well, on big money, they don't just walk. They're not stupid. They've got big contracts, and they're not going to take 50% cut just to go and play anymore. It's not going to happen.
Yourself, Kev? I know you probably have quite a few opinions on this.
Yeah, listen, I think what Mikel Arteta has done, he's put Matteo Guendouzi in the ice cold storage in the garage, hasn't he? He's put him on the freezer because he was challenging Mikel Arteta's authority last season, and he was out in the cold. New season, he said, right, everybody starts from scratch. Now let's see if Matteo Guendouzi, we know he's got a talent, but you have to have the attitude to go with it. So let's see if he's willing to toe the line and do what he needs to do. If not, then I'm sure Mikel Arteta will sell him. The elephant in the room, as we know, is Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil, as Danny said, he doesn't need to do anything. He's got a year left on his contract, and he says he's staying. So, whatever business they can do, if they can do any business to get him out, fine. But if not, then that's just a millstone around your neck to deal with. I think Kolasinac, he's one. Callum Chambers, Rob Holding. There's talk of him going out on loan or maybe a permanent deal. Maitland-Niles, I would keep him in definitely, because he's like a box spanner. He could fill in for you right back, left back, centre midfield. Utility man, good player, good engine. I think he's one that he could prove to be invaluable to the football club.
What about Lacazette, Kev?
I like Lacazette, Danny. I really like Lacazette. I think having a midfield, a defensive shield in the midfield can play a significant part, because the problem with Arsenal has been whenever they lose the ball, teams have been cutting through them too easy. So I would keep him. Again, it's a squad game, isn't it? If you've got someone like William playing, and we haven't even mentioned Nicolas Pepe. Pepe's back end of the season, he was coming into his own. He's only going to get better. So we're talking about having a front three. There's Martinelli, who's injured, who looked lively, got double figures last season. Good player. So you think, hold on a minute, Arsenal have got some decent players. Chuck Eddie Nketiah in there, maybe get him out on loan, get some more minutes in him. That's 5 or 6, 7 players who can make a difference at the top end of the pitch. Arsenal's issues have always been when they lose the ball defensively. Granit Xhaka, Callum Chambers is another one. They can cash in, get money. Socrates at the back, he's another one, probably surplus to requirements. So they can move some players on. And what it might not do, Dan, it might not create the big transfer funds, but it's going to clear the wages. And once you can clear the wages, then you have a chance to move and shake.
Yeah.